morning. Today we are doing CO44. I can determine the probability of mutually exclusive and overlapping events. Okay, so we're going to learn what those terms mean, and we're going to work with those. So, still working with probability. Now we're going into something new. So, a mutually exclusive event will, your attention should be up there. Mutually exclusive events are events with outcomes that cannot happen at the same time. For example, there are 3 red, 5 blue, and 8 yellow marbles in a bag. What is the probability of choosing a yellow or a red marble? This is mutually exclusive because you can't pick a red and a blue, for example, at the same time. You can only pick one at a time. So overlapping events are events with outcomes that can happen at the same time. So an example is an integer is randomly selected from the numbers 1 to 20. What is the probability that it's either odd or a prime number? Can it be both? Can it be odd and a prime number? What would be an example of an odd number that is a prime? Fiona. So thinking numbers 1 to 20, what's an example of an odd number that is a prime number, Adeza? 17. It's an odd, and it's also a prime. There's other examples. It can be both, so they are overlapping. On top, it can't be both colors. A marble these are single colored marbles. They're only red, only blue, and only yellow. It can't be both red and yellow at the same time. It's mutually exclusive because it can only be one color. Overlapping means that it can be both of it. It overlaps. It can be a prime and an odd number. You see the difference? So, it says what outcomes are in common. So, we had 17. What's another? Ben? 1 is not a prime.
It doesn't count as a prime.
It can't multiply by itself. Every number multiplied by 1 is 1 and itself would be it. So it's already got a 1 there. You can't do it again. So not 1. 1 is not considered a prime. Matthew. 2.
What? No.
Does 2 fit? Is it an odd or a prime?
No.
It's just a prime, so it doesn't fit. 2 is a prime. 2 is definitely a prime, but it's not an odd number. So it doesn't work for this, because there were 2 rules that we had to follow, odd and prime. 2 is the first prime number. Kaylin, 9 is not a prime.
It's the only one.
9 is an odd, but it's not prime. 3 times 3. It's not just 1 times 9. We can also have 3 times 3. Prime means that it's only itself times 1 to equal it. But with 9, it's 3 times 3. Yep. You were thinking composite. Grayson. 19. What's another odd and prime between 1 and 20? Lauren. 7. James.
13. 11.
Dominic, Claire,
5.
Emerson.
11.
So we've got 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 15, 17, and 19. Yep. Claire,
79 more.
what does it follow our rules?
Sorry.
Between 1 and 20. Yep, between 1 and 20. So this is important. This is important. You have to read what your rules are. Okay? Had to be odd, had to be a prime, and had to be between 1 and 20. So as we're going through it, it's very important to pay attention to those details.
Aren't all primes odd?
No, 2 is not an odd. 2 is prime. After 2, they are all odd, but 2 is the first prime.
Yeah, 2 is the only.
2 is the only even prime.
Everything else is besides.
Any other even number can also be divided by 2. Okay, so, I'll wait, friends. Oh, friends. It says, write whether the event is mutually exclusive or overlapping. So you need to decide that. Then find the probability in fraction form, and it must be simplified. So let's look at the first one. You have 26 cards. You have 26 cards, each labeled with a different letter of the alphabet. What is the probability of you choosing a letter in the words SVDP or Royals? So would that be mutually exclusive or overlapping? Jude,
Overlapping.
why would it be overlapping, Jude?
Because there's an S in SVDP and in Royals.
There's an S here and an S here. So it can overlap. It can be in both. So it would be overlapping because you can pick something that falls in both categories. So it can be overlapping. Now the second part says, what is the probability? How do I find the probability? What do you think, Claire?
What if you take like all the letters, like, and just the S, like only one S, where you put that over how many letters are in the alphabet?
So how many cards did we have?
26.
The 26, right? 26 letters in the alphabet. That's how many possible letters you could choose. How many would my successful outcomes be, Emerson? How did you get 9, Emerson?
Because you count how many letters there are in SVDP or Royals, but then
Oh, we count our letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, but I can't count that S twice. I can only count the S once because there's only one S in the bag. So we get a 9 because there's only one S in the bag. So our probability is 9 20 over 26. Do I have to find the percentage?
Oh,
No. It just says find the probability in fraction form, part of reading directions. First step, is it mutually exclusive or is it overlapping? Can you choose something that falls in both categories? That would be overlapping. Mutually exclusive is one or the other. Then you put it into the probability fraction. Possible outcomes on top, okay, successful outcomes over the total outcomes, over how many altogether. Grayson.
If you put the percentage and the odds on the test, then will you get wrong?
If you went above and beyond and did the fraction and the percent and the odds, you would have to circle what the fraction was. That's what I will look at. I'm not going to look at the other ones. It must be in simplified form or it's wrong. Thank you to my friends who have stayed quiet and listening during this lesson. I appreciate you. For my friends that are talking, even while I'm kind of cluing us in that we should not be, let's really think about what it means to be respectful and to be a good listener. Okay? Respect. If you're watching this at home, I hope you are well. I hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful day.